Hey, hi, how's it going? I thought today would be a really good day to go over some of the things that I've done in my garden that have turned ordinary little tasks and objects into kind of a little luxury in my garden. Some things that I've done to help elevate the space, some things that aren't going to break the bank, just some things I've done to romance the ordinary, as some people say, in my garden. Before we get into that, let's do a little good housekeeping. This right here is a purple hop seed bush. This is a BC greenhouse. This is my multi-trunk vitex that I've limbed up into a tree form, and that is a very sad canna lily. Now let's go ahead and get into it, but before that, make sure that you hit that like and that subscribe button before we get into today's video. One of my least favorite things to do in the garden is watering, and so to make it so it's a more enjoyable task in my garden, I've decided to use water pitchers instead of a watering can in my garden. So in the greenhouse and for some of the containers that I have that are not hooked up on drip irrigation, I use a garden pitcher because I just think it's that much more romantic and that much nicer. I have three that I really enjoy using in my garden, and so I've got a silver one and I've got two ceramic ones. The duck one is probably my favorite, and all of these I found while I was out thrifting or while I was antiquing. Just picked them up and they were a couple bucks each, and it's just made it so that way watering is that much more enjoyable rather than having one of those like clunky plastic watering cans or a jar or something like that. It just makes it that much more enjoyable in my garden. The next thing that I've done, and it kind of just happened by accident, I was out thrifting and I found a beautiful silver tray that was beyond repair. It's dented, bruised, and it was totally beat up, and I brought it home, not sure what I was going to do with it, and I just happened to set it in the greenhouse and set all of my pruners on top of it, and it's one of my favorite things. I think finding a little silver tray or just a nice little tray to put your pruners on makes it so that way when you go to reach for them, it's that much more enjoyable. I mean, I already enjoy reaching for my pruners as it is, but now they've got a spot that I enjoy putting them back, and I've got a spot that I enjoy going and grabbing them, and I think it just looks that much more beautiful. It just is a little detail that just kind of like elevates it and is not something that I think most people expect. Most people just have their pruners, I think, tucked away in a box in the shed or a drawer or something like that. This way I have my pruners out on display, and it's a really beautiful way to display them. Speaking of displaying pruners, I like to display my snips in a glass cloche, and I learned this from a friend. Her name is Candice, and she is a beautiful florist. She does amazing work, very romantic, and she actually brought me this cloche, and she keeps all of her snips in it, and it is the most romantic thing ever. It is a great way to romanticize the ordinary, is to have your clippers in this glass cloche. So this one was actually made for candles, and you can pick them up at like TJ Maxx, Home Goods, things like that. And it's a great way to just keep all of your snips organized, keep them displayed beautifully in a glass cloche. And then when I'm using them, what I like to do is I like to take them out of the cloche, and if I'm working on a project where I constantly have to set them down, I just put them in a flower frog. And that way I don't have to constantly have them open. They're just set in a flower frog. When I go to grab them, I'm working, set them back down into the flower frog. It makes it really easy in my greenhouse and in my garden. I just really like having the floral frog. It's a great way to use it because I don't always use my floral frogs. And so this is another romanticizing the ordinary. Instead of just setting your pruners down on the counter, just put them in a flower frog. Next is soil toppers, and I am a huge advocate for soil toppers in containers. I think it's what finishes off. It makes it the most beautiful thing ever, and there's so many different types of soil toppers that you can use. I personally use a gravel that matches the gravel that we have in our walkways, or you can also use things like pine cones, or you can use moss. I prefer to use preserved moss. You can pick it up at like your local arts and crafts store. They usually just have walls of bags of that stuff. And I will pick up a couple bags at a time, and I love to top off my containers with preserved moss. I think it is so romantic. It is so beautiful. Rather than just seeing bare soil, to top it off with like some gravel that matches your pathways, or some pine cones in the fall and in the winter time. I just think that a soil topper really like elevates a container to the next space. Instead of just letting it be bare soil, it just really lets the plant shine. The next thing is plant tags. And listen, I hate those ugly plant tags that plants come with, and I don't want them in my garden. So what I have done is I've decided to use copper plant tags in my garden. I think that they're really pretty. I think that they are subtle while still being classy in the garden. And so this year my goal is to label every single plant that comes into my garden with one of these copper plant tags. You can just use a garden marker, or you can do what I'm doing, which is being absolutely crazy. I'm writing custom labels for them with a label maker, and we'll see how they hold up. I don't know how the labels are going to hold up yet, but I do think that the copper plant tags and even just handwritten on there is a great way to make it so that your plant tags are subtle. When you have friends coming over, you don't have to remember every single plant in your garden. That way things are labeled and people can just take note of what plants they love in your garden, and that way you can also remember everything that's in your garden. So I think the copper plant tags are really subtle and great little elevation in the garden. This next one might be a little weird, but stick with me on this. We sit outside a lot. We're in the garden all the time, and I'm probably going to assume that you are in the garden all the time also if you're watching one of these videos. So what we like to do is we like to have a little floral arrangement outside with us. I think that is just the sweetest thing ever. Where we're sitting, we always have a little floral arrangement, just a couple little blooms in the garden, things that are looking good at that moment. And it just is a really nice way to bring the entire garden over to where we're always sitting at. It doesn't have to be some big, crazy floral arrangement. The one that we currently have has 3 separate hellebore blooms because that's what's in bloom in our garden, and then some heuchera leaves because they look really pretty right now. So it's just a little something subtle. It could just be a bud vase where you have maybe 1 or 2 blooms from your garden of things that are looking good where you're always sitting. I just think that's a really nice way to tie the entire garden together and be able to enjoy the garden when you have your one spot that you always sit at in the garden. Okay, this next one is you're either gonna love it or you're gonna hate it, and it is scoops. I prefer a good old vintage scoop in my garden, and I use them for a variety of things. I use them to get fertilizer out of containers. I use them for my soil toppers when I got my gravel. I use them for my soil in my giant container of soil, and I just think that a soil scoop or a gravel scoop or a fertilizer scoop just makes it that much more enjoyable to go ahead and grab those things out rather than just using a plastic bucket to get my soil toppers or just get my soil. The scoop just, I don't know, makes it that much more enjoyable to pull the soil out of the container. It just makes it feel like it's more intentional, and I've brought everything together all as one nice, enjoyable piece rather than just a plastic bucket or something like that. So I do think that everyone should have a really good, large soil scoop. If anything, just get yourself a big, huge scoop. It's really nice and really enjoyable to get a big, huge scoop of soil out when you need some soil. Speaking of soil, next thing is baskets, and I am a sucker for a basket. It's a hand basket, it's a trunk basket, a garbage basket, any type of basket I'm a total sucker for. And so I have decided to store all of the ugly and unsightly things in baskets. So I've got a couple trunks inside the greenhouse, and I think this would be beautiful in a potting shed or wherever you store all of your extra potting soil, your fertilizers, your bug bait, any of those types of things. If you just put them in a trunk, you don't have to stare at them anymore, and you get to stare at a really beautiful trunk. So the ones that we have are vintage, and it's not hard to find some brand new ones. I'll link a couple in the description down below from Amazon. There's some really beautiful woven trunks out there, and I just think being able to tuck away all those unsightly things and not stare at them makes everything that much more enjoyable. And I think being able to tuck all of those things away and hide them just makes the garden that much more enjoyable. I don't want to stare in my garden at a whole bag of fertilizer or 6 different types of soil or things like that. I just want to have all of that tucked away, not see it, and then when I need it, all I do is open up the lid or pull that trunk out and I can grab whatever I need super easily. So I think that hiding all of those things is a great way in the garden to just elevate a space. We all need to support our plants sometimes, and some of those things can be really ugly, especially if they come in like a plastic bag or something like that. So I think a really great way to store them is either in a little terracotta pot or inside a glass bowl. I've got mine now in a glass bowl, and I think it's a really great way to store them. It just kind of elevates something just so ordinary as a plant tie. So I've got my little plant clips. They're from the Dollar Tree. I threw them in a glass bowl, and it just makes it that much more romantic to go ahead and reach in there, grab myself a little plant tie, support my plant up, and it's a great way to display them. The next one is I love propagating. I have been propagating before I really got into gardening. It was one of the very first things that got me into gardening was propagating. And so what I like to do is I like to use really pretty old jars and things like that to propagate all my stuff. And I think it makes it that much more enjoyable to look at my propagations. if you come into my house, in the windowsills, there's going to be things that are propagating. You come into the greenhouse, there's things that I'm probably propagating, trying to propagate, things that other people have said you can't propagate. I'm still gonna try it anyways. And I like to do it inside of little jars. I go to the Goodwill, I go to little estate sales, and I like to find little jars. And I love propagating with those little jars. I think it just makes it that much more romantic, that much nicer to look at, rather than, I've seen some people who use like old yogurt cups and like plastic containers. I think that using a vintage jar is that much more enjoyable to look at. So propagating inside a plastic cup is not something that I love to look at. Propagating inside of a really cool, unique piece of glass is something that I do love to do, and you can usually find them for just a couple bucks. And the very last thing that I like to do is my very slow release fertilizer. So I use Osmocote. I do like to keep it stored inside a glass bowl. I just pretty much use it for containers, and so I can walk around the garden or inside the greenhouse. I've got my big bowl. I can reach in, grab myself a pinch, fertilize whatever needs to be fertilized really quickly, and then I can just set it right back on the counter. I like the look of my fertilizer being out. It helps me remember to fertilize. If it's all tucked away, I will forget about it. So just keeping a little dish with some of the fertilizer in it, and then I can remember to go around, sprinkle fertilizer on some of my plants as they need it. It's a huge help for me. If things are tucked away, I don't remember that they exist at all. I have object permanence. And so keeping that fertilizer in a nice little glass bowl that I picked up from the Goodwill for I think like $1.99. It's a great way to display it. It looks pretty, it's functional, and then I remember to fertilize my plants. So that is my list of little garden luxuries, things that I do in my garden and inside my greenhouse to just kind of elevate little moments in the garden. And I hope that you enjoyed all of them. I hope that you can implement some of them. If you have some little garden luxuries that you would love to share, I would love to know what you have done in your garden to elevate little spaces, romanticize the ordinary. Leave them in the comments down below. Thank you so much for visiting our garden. We'll see you all in the next one. Bye, guys.